what the heck is this weird llama, camel, deer looking thing? And why are there so many errors?
Dobro večer.
Yay! Dobro večer, Divine Pisces 222. It is Tuesday, August 31st, 2021. This is the last day of August. About to head into fall season, as it were. Pumpkin spice stuff everywhere and whatever. It's great. It's actually my favorite season, so I'm kind of excited. A couple announcements while I shuffle here, guys. Just a quick reminder, I am doing a group clearing session, private event on YouTube on Friday, September 10th at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, p.m. It'll be about 30 to 45 minutes. I will be doing a couple of free mini readings for random individuals at the end of the clearing as well. So go ahead and get your spot now. If you are a member of my Free Soul Family subscription on my website, it is free for you. So all you got to do is make sure you're signed in and then go to the product page. Go ahead and get your spot. You don't have to pay anything. You just activate your subscription and it's free for you. If you're not a member, why not? Number one, it's free. And number two, if you're not, it's $22 to join. Also, I wanted to touch base with you guys about these energies that we're experiencing at the moment. There's obviously a lot going on right now, okay? As much as I hate to follow the news, you know, we all know there's a lot going on right now, okay? The energy is literally saturated with fear, uncertainty, distortion, projection, things like that. And what I really feel happening, and I know Wicked Virgo mentioned this, you know, which is tied to the hurricane down in the Gulf Coast, is, you know, this distorted feminine energy coming in. And she's right. It's a very distorted feminine energy. It is one of control. It is one of... It's such a distortion that I can't even explain it. I just feel it. It's like, okay. And any of you who have been in this energy, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So let's say you are called to do something. You do it wholeheartedly. And then somewhere down the line, that energy of one appreciation and love and where you enjoy what you do, it just kind of turns twisted into, oh, I have to do it to make money, I have to do it to pay bills, you know, so on and so forth. We've all been in that. There. This is kind of like this 10 times. So like the feminine energies that have felt like they've needed to fight and fight and fight and fight and fight for control over the patriarchy or the masculine energy, whatever you want to call it, okay, it doesn't matter. There's always been this power struggle between the two energies. We all know that. You just have to look at history to know exactly what I'm talking about. You know, and one of the most famous is, of course, the witch trials, okay? But it's like this idea that the feminine constantly has to fight. And when we finally get to a point where there is, in fact, some headway, we have the things that we've been looking for, we have those things, like we don't have anything else to fight for. So it's like we find something else that we need to fight with. What do we fight with? Each other. Specifically, the feminine energy is like notorious for being against other feminine energies. Like there's this constant competition between women in general, but it's just like the feminine energy, okay? You have one feminine energy that is like, okay, well, you know, I'm good. I'm not a victim. I'm happy where I'm at. I'm going to keep building on that. I'm going to take responsibility for myself now because, you know, I have the freedom to do that. I have the equality, you know, whatever you want to call it, to do that. So now that I have those things, I'm going to take responsibility for me. I'm going to do my thing and, you know, let live and whatnot, you know, to the best of my ability and to help those who truly want the help. That's what I'm called to do. And then you have this other group of, you know, feminine energy that's so distorted. They're so angry that, you know, the things that they fought for so long in their mind for some reason are not completed, or it's somebody else's fault, or it's like they're so like disturbed by women who don't follow, or say women but feminines, like don't follow a particular like narrative or whatever that we have, you know, we're not towing the line, so therefore we're the enemy. And clear, it's sad to me, okay? And this is going on in, you know, in the outside world, but it's really like an internal struggle. A lot of us are dealing with our distorted feminine energy that's coming in right now, and it's like self-sabotage. It's external too. It's external, but it's like it's really the internal here that's happening, and it's rippling across the external. Okay, so obviously the external is always a reflection of the internal. And you have these distorted perceptions that are coming out and using the things that, you know, on a general scale, most of us in the spiritual world, or at least have some experience with it, believe, okay? And that's the power of energy, and that's the power of the mind and being able to create and to control your reality. The problem that you have is there are people that are using this, okay, to further their own gains. Is this idea that, oh no, I'm not a bad person, you control your reality. If I'm a bad person, then what's wrong with you? Guys, you can control your reality. Yes, you can. You can create that. You cannot control truth. Truth is truth. Whether you see it or not, truth is always truth. So I can't stand when people are like, oh, you know, truth is relative. Absolutely not. Now, reality is relative. There, it's right there in the word. Reality. Relative. Come on. Okay? You you can't, they're not synonymous, guys. Okay? And so just be very careful, okay? If you have somebody who's projecting onto you, who's trying to come in and make you feel like you're not worthy for what you have, or you're not worthy to do what you do, or something like that, you know, if it triggers you, you know, deal with whatever it is that's triggering. There might be, I wouldn't say, maybe there's truth in it, maybe there's not. It doesn't matter. It's triggering you for a reason. You know, identify what it is and work on it. Don't lash out. Don't try to start an argument, because in reality, these people who are projecting, you know, a lot of times they also have their own issues that they're dealing with. Okay, so don't take it personally. Just say thank you for the lesson and move on. Weird. I think the most beautiful thing in this journey, and the what I've seen, at least with my clients, and I love helping people, I love seeing them grow. I have clients that have been with me for years, and I look at their progress and I'm like, oh, I'm so proud of you. Like, that's awesome, you know? And, you know, obviously in some small part or some small way, I had a hand in that. But it's the majority of it is, guys, is empowerment and understanding where you get your power from. You don't get your power from other people and your other people. You don't get your power from other people. So don't give your power away to other people. Does that make sense? And you have people who are so angry that they have given their power away for so long that they don't know how to take it back, and they victimize. It just keeps going. It's like the gift that keeps on giving. So guys, just have compassion. Humanity. Humility. Stay sovereign. Stay as sovereign as you can. If somebody says something that triggers you, evaluate that. There's something there, obviously. It may not be what you think it is. It might be something else. You know, but it doesn't hurt to evaluate yourself. Just be like, okay, well, you know, let me explore that possibility. Thank you for the lesson. Just the programming runs so deep right now. It just runs so deep. It runs so deep. And you can't, some people, I'm sorry, and I said this a while ago, like with the split, and I said this last year when I was like, there's a split coming. You can't take everybody with you. Guys, this last shift, this last consciousness shift that we kind of went through, this is the first wave. This is not the only one, okay, guys? We have more coming. I also said this earlier this year. I said, I think around March or April, where I said there's something else that's coming. It's going to be later on in the year. I said sometime in the fall. I don't know if I said October, but I know I was thinking October, November. There's something else coming, guys. We could take control of what you can. Okay? You cannot control your neighbor. You cannot control, you know, people in your family. You can't do that. You can't. It's against free will. You cannot do that. By the laws of quantum physics and the laws of the universe and the laws of whatever, there is always free will. You cannot with that. Stop trying to. Okay? And this goes, like, I know I'm kind of going on a rant, but I'm still shuffling. So you can skip to the reading if you want, but this stuff is pretty important, okay? Like, if you, let's talk to feminine for a second, since I'm feeling this distorted feminine energy. Feminine, if you have been in, like, this struggle, this power struggle with your masculine, for God's sakes, let it go. Some of you are still in this crazy power struggle with your masculine. Like, you're like, you know, it's like you go away for a little while, and then when they come back in, you fall right back into the trap. And instead of taking, like, responsibility for yourself and for the fact that, you know, you kind of put yourself back in that cycle, maybe you blame the reader. Maybe you blame somebody else who gave you advice. Well, maybe you followed some of the advice, but maybe you didn't follow through. Or maybe you missed something else. You know, this lashing out because you don't want to take responsibility for you and for yourself and, you know, for the, you know, what you've done in your connection, whatever it may be, that is your problem. That is not your masculine's fault. That is not the reader's fault. It's not anybody's fault. It just is. And it's up to you to change it. Playing the blame game does not help anybody. Playing the blame game does not resolve anything. Just doesn't, okay? And so again, guys, just take it one day at a time. You know, like, it's, some people, they're not gonna wake up, and that's okay. That's okay. Okay, just control you. All right. Okay, so let's take a look at these overall energies first, guys. Yeah, so why? This is a victim mentality that's coming in right now in this energy, this distorted feminine energy. Very victim mentality, victim consciousness, as it were. And so, you know, this actually is a very positive card. Like, this is like a why. I'm questioning myself. I'm questioning the universe. I'm questioning myself. I'm dealing with my stuff, so on and so forth. I want to learn more. Bring me more knowledge. Okay? So this is what I mean. It's like we're twisting these things. Why me? Why me? Why? Blah, blah, blah. When instead it should be, well, what is the universe teaching me? Why is this showing up? What is it I need to learn here so that I can spread my wings and ascend and get out of the muck? I don't want to be in the mucky muck anymore. Okay? Yeah, it's like some of you's like, okay, I think that's what the theme of this reading is looking at the distortions versus, you know, what maybe might be the other way. Okay, so I guess that's what my goal in this particular reading, for those of you who have been facing your distortions, your shadows, your inner whatever, okay, this message is for you. Okay? So, this coming up here again, it's like a why. It's like a why am I running out of time? Why are things not working out the way they should? Blah, 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 blah. So that's the negative side. But it's like, well, why? Why am I worried about time anyway? Time doesn't exist. Time is a construct. It's a 3D construct. Okay? Some of you, it's like a metaphor for a ticking time bomb. Like, there's something that's coming, and maybe that's why your distortions are coming out. There's something that is needing to be cleared in order for you to move to the next step. And it's coming up now, so you can deal with it now. So breathe. Breathe. Find your sacred energy. Find your sacred space. Find that space within you where when you look at yourself, you are happy. You are loved. You feel good. You feel like you can conquer the world. We all have it. Just sometimes you don't see it. And sometimes you need to breathe, you know, in order to see your way forward. And some of you, this is where it's at right here, is clearing out this muck because you're literally at a fork in the road. This came up last week, I think. You're at a fork in the road. You're at a crossroads. You are at a point. You choose your path. Now, I said this to a client I did a reading on last week, and I want to share it with the collective, okay? The difference between fate and destiny, okay? And I swear, my cat likes to rub on me after I put makeup on. Okay. But anyway, so like we're at a crossroads right now. And the difference between fate and destiny, I mean, you know, it's kind of one of those words that, again, it's like people want to make synonymous, and it's not. Okay? We all have many, many paths we can walk. There's not just one. Okay? We talk about converging timelines. We talk about, you know, bringing stuff together, integrating, and things like that. There's not just one path. It's not like you have one path and then you veer off and, oh my God, I'm over in the darkness and I better get back on path. Okay. All paths lead, get this, all paths lead to a fate. Got me? Were you still with me here? Okay, it's kind of like the multiverse theory, string theory, whatever you want to call it, whatever. All paths have a fate. Which one you choose is up to you. You choose your destination. You choose the path you want to take to get to said destination. Destiny. Okay? You control your destiny. Yay! Everybody with me? Okay? So, sometimes you go down a path, you pick a path, you get a choice in the middle of the path of two other paths you could take within that one path. Still with me? This is where we're at. We have chosen, okay, let's say we had the two choices. We had the light or we had the dark. We chose the light. Okay, we're going down the road. We're feeling good. And boom, blocking the road. What the heck is this weird llama, camel, deer looking thing? And why are there so many errors? Well, do I follow the monkey or the weird looking llama thing? Okay, but this is like where we're at. We're like, okay, I'm seeing all these like weird things, and one way is like really appealing, the other way is kind of appealing, but it's like, I know that if I go this way, it's going to be harder, but at the end, I think, you know, that's where I actually want to go. So some of you, it's like you're looking at the path. You're looking at the path and you're seeing the path. Oh, this way seems like the path of non-resistance or least resistance or whatever. Let me go this way. Guys, there are no shortcuts. None. I don't care what the funky looking llama deer thing says, okay? The monkey's probably right. Monkey's like, yeah, you probably want to go this way. Sure, you're going to have to like leap and jump and like skip some stuff, but I promise you on the other end, there's a big patch of bananas. Llama's like, I like going this way so I don't have to climb any trees. Okay, like, this is where I'm at. This is where a lot of you are just like, I don't know which way to go. This one looks great, but this one feels better. Okay, so we're back to deciding and basically making the decision between truth and illusion and understanding that reality is not necessarily truth. Boom, there is my mic drop. There is my mic drop, and that, I'm sticking with that, okay? Okay, let's take a look at feminine. Let's see what's going on with feminine. Let's see what's going... Feminine, you feel so naked right now. And some of you, this is where your distortion is coming in. You've shed a lot. And so what's happening right now... Okay, do you know when you sage a... A lot of people don't know this. You might learn something today. When you sage your house or whatever, you know, with the sage, a lot of people don't realize you have to do it twice. Okay? The first one is to cleanse the energy, to basically strip it all down to neutrality. Okay? So whether it's good or bad energy that's in there, you're cleansing it back to square. For some reason, a lot of people leave it that way. But when you leave it that way, what happens? You invite any energy in because it's a blank slate. It's a blank slate. A lot of people don't realize you have to go back and re-sage with positivity, good energy, protection, and you seal it. Okay? Otherwise, who knows? Who knows what you get? So Femme is at a point where she's stripped dry. She's in a neutral spot. She doesn't know who she is because everything has left her. And she's just left at her own devices like, who am I? Okay? And this is where influence comes in. This is where influence gets dangerous. When we are our most vulnerable, this is where things can take hold. This is why the majority of like dictators and evil people in the world wait until the populace is down, and they feed them a bunch of shit to make them believe that they're their savior, and all of a sudden we've got Hitler. Who didn't take over by force at first. Okay? So this is my point, guys. You're here. You are so open to suggestion that you're willing to believe anything at this point because you don't know who you are. This is your distortion. You are being faced with your true self. You are stripped down. You are naked. You are vulnerable. And you're going, who the hell am I? Help. 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 This is where some of the, what we call the false light workers or whatever will come in and prey on you. And then before you know it, you're back to square. Okay, and for some of you, this has to do with your connection. Some of you have released your connection and you're freaking out. You're like, oh my God, my person's not going to come back. Relax, chill. Okay, doesn't matter if it's that person or another person with the same energy. You know that fork in the road I was talking about? You made a choice. So guess what? That energy will shift onto a new timeline. Okay? I really want to do a special on timelines. Guys, if you haven't joined my free subscription on my page, on my website, guys, do it. Because I will be coming out with a lot more of this kind of stuff. Talking about the timeline shifts, talking about the consciousness shifts, you know, shadow twins, whatever you want to call it. I will be doing more of that kind of stuff on my website for free without ads. Try to get away from YouTube because the problem with YouTube is they don't want you to hear this stuff. Okay, and my shadow banned me just for mentioning Mr. H, even though it's history, you know, whatever. So Femme, right now is where you need to accept yourself. You need to say, okay, distortions, got it. I acknowledge you. I see you. I see you. Okay? I forgive you. I forgive you. But I release you. I release you, and that's that. It's time for me to move on because you know what? My abundance is waiting over here. You know, I made this choice. I'm going over here. Again, if you made that choice, walk away, walk away, walk away. And if they try to reel you back, whoever this may be, whether this is your person, this is your family, this is a job you just left, karmic situation, I don't care what it is, or even yourself, I can't with me. Even yourself trying to just for some reason keep you stuck. You're distorted feminine, okay? You made a choice. You made a choice. Stick with it. Move forward. Persevere. Stop overthinking. Some of you are just overthinking. This is where your distortions are coming in. You're overthinking. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Okay? Again, like, it's the illusion of control that's really hard to break. It's the illusion of control. Some of us are really starting to wake up to the fact that we had no control over our own lives whatsoever. None. Okay? And that's painful. Okay? I want to take a closer look at Femme. Yeah, Femme just feels like... Yeah. And see, this is the Strength card. Kinda. Okay? But in this deck, it's the Love card, and it's in reverse. Okay? I mean, this is pretty profound to me. Femme, you feel like you have no strength left. You feel like everybody you knew, you don't feel loved anymore. There's like this absence of love. And again, it has to do with you have completely stripped yourself down. You don't know who you are. You can't love who you are because you don't know who you are. And that's kind of, again, that's revenge. You stripped away all of the 3D stuff. Who are you? Your soul. Your soul. You have a chance to rebuild right now. Instead of looking at this barren wasteland where there used to be a tower that you spent pretty much your entire life or maybe multiple lives building, it's now completely gone. It's like looking at your house after Hurricane Katrina and all you got left is a set of steps and a foundation. And you're like, all my things are gone. All my memories. So much happened in these walls. So much happened here. It's gone. In the blink of an eye, it's gone. Who am I? Where am I? I mean, it's like talking to my mother who grew up in Biloxi, Mississippi, went through Camille, after Katrina went down to visit family, the houses were gone. She didn't know where she was, even though she grew up in that town. Do you see where I'm going with this? We get so focused on the 3D stuff. But then you remember, the house is not the memory. The house is a 3D construct. We built this. Sure, things happened in there, but you know what? You can't destroy memory. Memory is always there. Enjoy the memories. You have them. They're not gone. Maybe the pictures are gone. Maybe the sofa where you lost your virginity while your parents were out of town is gone. That didn't happen to me, by the way. That's not a true story. But listen, like your love is not gone. You see where I'm going with this, fam? It's not gone. Okay? This is not where worth comes from. The tower is not where worth comes from. The 3D stuff is not where worth comes from. You have completely shattered that illusion. And that's why you're scared, because you don't know where you're at. Okay? Yeah. Look at this. The moon and the sun, both in reverse here. What's illusion and what is true? What is illusion and what is true? If I'm not true, if who I am is not true, is my connection true? Is my masculine true? Is this real? Has my life been a lie? Why? Because you learned some sliver of truth, either about somebody or something or whatever, even about yourself, that you're willing to let your distortions come up and tell you that you're not good enough for love because you fucked up somewhere? Come on, fam. Right now, you're your own worst enemy. This 3D situation, karmic situation, whatever, this is you. You're messing with yourself right now. And you're getting yourself all emotional. I'm going to say it's causing a hurricane, but in reality, inside yourself, yeah, there's a storm coming. There's a storm happening here. Okay? Now, if you happen to be the one who's creating chaos down on the Gulf Coast, can you stop? Just saying. But yeah, I mean, some of you, you're your own karmic right now. You are the distorted feminine. The Queen of Earth or the Queen of Pentacles always represents to me either a feminine karmic, or if it's in the reverse, it's a distorted feminine energy. And boom, there you go. So there is another mic drop. Thank you, Source. Fem, stop beating yourself up. We all mess up. It's okay. And sometimes, like these forks in the road, it is a chance. It is a chance to get back. Maybe you picked a path and then you went somewhere else and you're like, this isn't working. Oh. And then you have another fork in the road and you choose a different place and you kind of get back to where you were. So in a way, all of the paths kind of are linked. But you start off choosing a particular path. Each one has its own own eventuality, own fate. But you get to choose where you're going. Okay? All right, Fem, this is for you. So when you disregard your feelings, you're disregarding a part of what of you that needs attention. So when you deflect onto somebody else, you're disregarding your own feelings. You're not paying attention. You're not dealing with what you need to deal with. My intuition is on point. You should listen to me more. Fem, yes, you need to listen to your intuition. Your intuition is telling you, so can you like come back to me for a second? Because, you know, you're kind of going down this other road and that's not right. Okay. Sometimes I feel like I'm wasting my time, but we've come too far to give up now. And again, I feel like these are messages from feminine's higher self right now. Yeah, deny it if you like, but I know you're triggered right now. Truth is, if you're watching me, yeah, I feel like most people come to watch me because they need to be triggered and they know they need to be triggered. So they come to me for me to trigger them. And if you're triggered, you're welcome. And how can we work things out if we don't communicate? Again, higher self, I'm telling you, this is Fem's higher self coming out. Sometimes I give my love to those who don't deserve it. I'm breaking that habit now. Yeah, definitely. 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 Let me see if I can get some messages from Fem to masculine or whoever. Just gonna see if I can pick some up. Let's see. Wow, Fem, look at you. I know I made a mistake. Fem, you did, but it's okay. It's okay. What do you consider a mistake? I mean, as far as I'm concerned, a mistake is a matter of, you know, it's not for me to judge if you made a mistake. If that makes any sense. Like, that's up to you. Did you mess up? Okay, then deal with it. Fix it. Okay. Some of you are not going back. That's good. You're just... Some of you, again, I said this like last week, some of you had a masculine come back in, and you're like, no, I'm good. I'm different now. Okay? And you are not part of my plan. Ooh, I lied to you. That's interesting, Fem. What did you lie about? You didn't imagine it. So some of you are having a hard time coming to terms with yourself right now. Okay. Some of you are just having a hard time coming to terms with yourself. And I know this is probably going to be a long reading. My last one was a long reading, but you know, I just have so much that needs to come out. So if you don't want to watch it, that's cool. Whatever. All right, let's take a look at masculine. Yeah, masculine's at a point where he's like, yeah, I got to just kind of go my own way. And some of them, they don't know what way that is still, but they know that where they're at right now, it's not where they want to be. You know, so they're actually trying to take steps to make some changes within themselves and to understand what it actually means to do for oneself. Now, some of them, they have been so reliant on other people's like opinions of them and things like that, especially family. Masculines tend to be very rooted in family. That's just the way they are. Like family, optics, success, financial success, wealth, things, material things. They're very rooted in that. Very rooted in optics. They like to keep up appearances. You know, men, masculines, whatever, always been that way. It's always about the illusion. Again, illusion of control, the femme, but illusion of control. For the masculine, is the outward stuff. Okay, so they may look like they have the perfect family. They may look like they are, you know, whatever, on top of the world, whatever, but they could be facing some serious marital issues. They could be in marital counseling, for all you know. Even though you see it on Facebook, does not make it true, guys. So a lot of these masculines are actually going through awakening. So some of you, if you've had masculines reach out to you, recent masculine or whatever, some of them are going through their stuff. They're going through it. Okay. But you still don't have to, you don't have to deal with any of the access shit. You don't have to do that. Okay. Obviously have compassion. You know, you don't want to necessarily be Queen of Swords, like, you know, but if you feel like you don't need to say anything, don't say anything. Like, you don't have to. You don't have to. Okay. But masculine's just very sensitive right now, okay? Masculine's very sensitive at the moment. And they're sensitive because they're feeling vulnerable. They don't like feeling vulnerable. Okay? Yeah. But some of them, they're feeling it. They're feeling the connection. And I feel like a lot of them are very grateful for the connection at the same time. They are fearful of it. Some of them, they do feel like they've lost it. It's gone. Because some of you did. Some of you walked away. Some of you made that choice. You've done it. Okay? You've done it. Okay? And they're like, oh God, what did I do? Okay. Let's take a deeper look here. King of Air. Yeah. So masculine's just like standing there like, truth, truth, truth. What is truth? What is truth? What is truth? And if you look closely up here, it looks kind of like a mask, right? So it's like, okay, I know my truth now. I'm ready for my freedom. Bring on freedom. Bring on integrity. And it's like, how do I get there? How do I get there? Yeah. You know, I still have this karmic cycle I'm dealing with right now, and like, I feel stuck here. I feel chained here. I feel weighed down by it. I feel rooted here. So like, you know, but at the same time, you know, I got my bowl of berries I can eat. I feel, you know, I'm in the 3D, I'm taken care of. What about the soul level though? What did you sell yourself out for, masculine? That's the thing, is like, this is like a depiction of somebody who sold themselves out for a bowl of berries. Because they didn't want to they didn't truly want freedom. They just wanted the goods, you know. But now it's like masculine's like, all right, I'm ready for freedom. I sold myself out. Yeah, I sold myself out. I didn't listen to my intuition. I didn't listen to my higher self. I didn't listen to my feminine. I didn't listen to whatever. Okay. You know. And now it's like, I'm also at a crossroads. Okay? Choose self. I feel like this particular group of masculines, yeah, they are definitely, the energy is leaning that way. They're ready to choose self. They're tired of being chained down to this just for this little tiny bowl of berries. They realize that they are worth more, you know, and that appearances can be congruent with truth. It doesn't all have to be an illusion. They don't have to stay in a situation that they're not happy. They don't have to. They have free will. Right? They have free will. Yeah. And for some of them, it's like it hits very close to home. For some of them, they have people around them, they have family around them that have been making them feel guilty, have been making them feel like they have to stay where they are, that they should be happy where they are, that, yeah. It's a distorted perception. Okay, and again, some of it is a feminine energy. There is a distorted feminine energy coming in that's surrounding the masculines right now, and they're making the masculines feel guilty. Masculines are feeling guilty for feeling guilty. No, for not feeling guilty. I'm sorry. Masculines are feeling guilty for not feeling guilty. Yeah. You know? And it's like, okay, I have truth, I have illusion. Man, the truth hurts. Right? Man, this truth hurts. I certainly would rather the illusion. It doesn't hurt as bad. But I know that, you know, I'm incredibly triggered right now. You know, I gotta do something. I gotta do something. And I've been keeping myself here. And yeah, if you look, you see the chains? I've been keeping myself here. I had the key the whole time. I had the key the whole time. And I could reach it. So it's not like I can't reach it. There's no excuse. There's no excuse why I should have to linger here. And for some of you, the masculines, has to do with children. This is the choice you made. Noble choice. Can you clear karma with a karmic partner, whatever you want to call it? Yes, you absolutely can. But you have to truly, truly clear that karma. And you have to truly, truly want to do the work instead of just settling. Now, if you're settling for a situation that you're not happy in because you think it's the best thing for someone else, that's a slippery slope. It's a slippery slope. Okay? And for some of you masculines, this is about an inner child. This is literally go back to your inner child right now. Remember what freedom felt like. So when we talk about inner child work, it's not always negative. Okay? When you were a kid, you didn't care what anybody else thought. You were so free, you didn't care. Can you say that now? No. No, you can't. Okay? But masculine, you can either embrace your transformation, because masculine, again, is at a crossroads. You can either embrace your transformation, or you can just keep going the way you're going. You do have a choice. You do have a choice. Okay? Alright, let's get some messages from masculine here. I push others away to avoid getting hurt. I have been hurt more than I let on. Yep. Deflection. Deflection, deflection, deflection. Stop second guessing yourself. You trust your path. That seems appropriate. Number one. Number two, almost like a message from masculine's higher self. But also to femme. This is a message to you, femme. Masculine can feel that you are second guessing yourself. Okay? I just don't feel like I'm good enough. You're so far above me that I can't live up to it. That's your problem, masculine, not femmes. Oh, this is good. I miss my feminine's warmth, body, and kiss. It's driving me crazy. Truth is, I act like I don't care because I am afraid of how much I do. Again, not wanting to deal with the emotions or feelings, whatever. I love being around you. You bring out the best in me. I don't like guessing games. Please just tell me what you want. I'm not a mind reader. I honestly don't know what I'd do without you. You're more important to me than you realize. No. Okay, let's take a look at the connecting energies. I don't want this to be an hour-long video, guys. I'm really sorry. Yeah, so connecting energies. Cycles. Duh. Obviously completing some major cycles right now. So it's important to just have faith. So yeah, faith is definitely being stirred up right now. Like, you know, you have the distortions, but on the other side of that, like, you have faith. So as long as you have faith, you'll make it through. Okay? Again, sometimes the only way out is through. All right? You're like, seriously, so stripped down. Don't even know who we are. Feeling so alone, feeling so detached, feeling isolated. Guys, come join one of my group events, okay? Connect with others. Okay, we can lift each other up. All right? Yeah, I mean, you're creating this feeling of abandonment. You're creating this feeling of insufficientness, or whatever you want to call it. Feeling insignificant and insufficient. You know? Like, it's just time to embrace your true self, who you actually are, what you're meant to do. It's time to get to work. Maybe this is a call to action. A call to action. We need you. Okay? You know, I have my spiritual entrepreneur spotlight program that I'm doing, guys. I'm going to start reviewing applications later on this week. Go ahead and get your application in. It's free. You know, just if you want to get your name out there, what you do out there, I will help you. That's what I'm called to do. Okay? Not sure where to start? Come see me. We can do a coaching session. Okay? So, I mean, yeah, it's time to just let it go. Let it go. Let it go, guys. Some of you have been carrying other people's baggage for so long, you don't know what it's like to not. You know, it's like you go back to that because it's comfortable. Okay? Like, for some of you, you have like this weird, twisted, sick attachment to dealing with other people's shit. It like gives you some weird high, but then it makes you feel like crap after, you know? Yeah, it's time to change the perspective. Perspective is off right now. It's because the distortions are so heavy. Okay, it's time to clear that out. Okay, ask for help. Ask for help from Source. Source is there. Source hears you. You just have to be open to the answer. That's the problem. Some of you aren't even open to the answer. Some of you like you want to pick and choose what your answer is. No. No, because there's only one truth. Okay, there are multiple realities, but there's only one truth. So when you ask for an answer and Source shows it to you and you disregard it, you can't blame Source for not giving you an answer. Okay? You can't. And for some of you, it's a victim consciousness. It just is. Okay? You know, and there's a difference between stating truth. Okay? Like, for example, people don't like what I say. This is truth. Okay? It's not an opinion. It's not something I made up as part of my reality. That some people do not like what I have to say. Now, there's one of two reasons for that. Number one, they're triggered and they don't want to deal with their triggers. Or number two, no, they're triggered and they don't. But guys, seriously, like, you can control reality, you can't control truth. Okay? Yeah. And for some of you, it's the victim mentality, and that's what's keeping you from fulfilling yourself. You keep looking for someone else to blame. You keep looking for someone else to save you or whatever. In reality, you save yourself. And if that means walking away from a toxic trauma bond that somebody told you was your twin flame connection, it's time. Okay? Alright, let's get some messages from Source. Yeah, warrior woman, have you answered your deepest calling? And this is interesting because, again, I had remembered that vision that I had a year and a half ago about I was in a room. There was like a battle going on outside. I was in this big room. There was like this huge, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like display case or something in front of me in this huge room where like there was all this armor and stuff around, and it was like just a pile of weapons. And I was being told to choose my weapon. Guys, it's time to choose your weapon. Wow. Wow. Oh my God. Okay. Hold up. Yeah, stop overthinking and just keep facing your true north. And this is a big part of what's happening right now. A lot of us are shifting from our south node to our north node. Okay, so south node is where you came from. Past life, timeline, whatever you want to call it. North node is what your lesson is for this life. So south node, where you came from, and your south node is always the opposite of your north node. So for example, my north node is Gemini. My south node is Sagittarius. Okay? Coincidentally, KOC's is also, his north node is Gemini. So I know somewhere down the line, our missions are going to intersect. You know? But guys, just, if you don't know what your north node is, look it up. I don't know if you guys saw, I did a live with Cleo Leo Wildeman. She is out of Holland, but she's an amazing astrologer. She can actually, it's like astrology for the soul. She looks at your chart and can tell you what your soul calling is. It's kind of cool. So check her out, guys. Like, seriously. Find help. Find somebody you trust, okay? Get grounded. A lot of us, we are going through this because there are, people call the bleeding empaths, yeah. People who use, they are empaths, but they're twisted, and what they do is they absorb and then they turn it around, and it's like victim mentality, and it's victim, victim, victim. And they use that victim mentality to control others. They don't truly believe they're victims, but they make other people feel like they're victims. By playing victim, they're not actually, and they know that. It's a power thing, guys. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. So don't let this happen to you. Don't let this happen to you. Get grounded. What is your soul calling you to do? Listen. Listen to your soul. Especially right now. Now that you've been stripped down, now that you have nothing else to distract you, listen to your soul. And how can you reparent yourself? How can you mother yourself? How can you nurture yourself or your inner child? Do it. Just do it. All right, I'm going to end with some affirmations. When I lean on certainty and faith, I change my mind about the world I see. So I control my reality. When I accept the love of the universe as my primary teacher, I will always be guided back to the light. Yes. True healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers. Okay? What did I say at the beginning of this reading? If you're triggered, evaluate that. There's a reason. Okay? Oneness is my true nature. Now, what are you oneness with? Are you oneness with source? Are you oneness with yourself? Or are you oneness with darkness and narcissism and whatever? Pick your weapon. You know I'm speaking truth when my computer decides to go out. Anyway, my fearless freedom lights up the world. So again, guys, be an example. Be an example. If someone's coming at you because you're doing your thing and you're, whatever, don't let them bring you down. Just keep shining your light. You're doing something right. You're obviously doing something right if it's drawing somebody's attention, even if it's negative. Because negative attention usually is somebody's being triggered. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing to wake that person up. Now, either that person will wake up and they'll move on and they'll do their thing and they'll learn their lessons, or they won't. Okay? And for those of you who like, maybe you are a spiritual guider, spiritual guidance, whatever you do, whatever it is you do, maybe you're a reader, whatever it is, if you have clients that you're helping, they don't do the work and they don't help themselves, and they try to come back and blame you, you did everything you were supposed to do. It's what it is. Let it go. Just let it go. Okay? Sometimes you just have to. Okay? Can't save everybody. Alright guys, I hope this has helped. If it has, please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.